Hello everybody and welcome back to the ACB sessions. This is episode 5. We had a lot of exciting things for me last episode, some exciting things for Jake, some hardships for both of us. Let's talk about some things that we've experienced this past month, the things that we're excited to experience this next month. Let's get right into it. This is my favorite time of the month, to be honest with you. I love talking to you anyways, but I think talking in such depth about our aspirations, our goals, what we want to achieve is always quite a special thing, and I love that we get to share that with more people than just ourselves. So with that in mind, how are you doing, man?
I'm not feeling it today.
No,
dude, I'm so not feeling it today.
That's okay.
Yeah, but I think that's nature of the beast. A bit like it just so happens that we're recording on a day which isn't necessarily the one.
Yeah.
For me.
To be honest with you, I'm kind of similar. I'm not doing too amazingly at the moment, but I think it's on days like these that we have to show up for ourselves and do the thing that we say that we were going to do. And maybe it won't be the best piece of content anyone's ever seen, but I think we can be proud of ourselves afterwards, because we can then say at the end of the year, we did this consistently, we kept each other accountable, and this is just making these videos is just another thing to add to the list of things we've achieved this year, regardless of how we were feeling at the time. So I think that's something that's important to remember. And I mean, this episode is going to be quite different from the last one, in my eyes at least, because not as much stuff has happened in this sort of same way as when I announced I had my job and everything like that. And it's important to remember that not every day is a day filled with amazing things happening. Most of the time life can be pretty mundane and filled with challenges, and it's up to us to face it, to react to it accordingly, and live the way we feel proud to live, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, like I said, nothing too extravagant has happened. I'm still obviously on a bit of a high from last episode. A lot of awesome things have happened in my life recently, and I mean, in less than a couple of weeks, I start the new job, which is awesome.
Very exciting times.
Yeah, I get to travel down to Reading to have the whole induction days. It will actually be a couple of days that I'm going to be spending near Reading at the headquarters of the business I'm working for, and I have no idea what to expect really, but I know it's going to be fun. I'm going to be meeting some new people, and going to get prepped for this new life, this new change in my life. So that's a cool thing that I'm really excited about.
It's an adventure for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Times. I feel a bit quiet today. I think I usually do that if I'm like overwhelmed. Like I'll be like maybe angry or upset or whatever for a bit, and then I'll just go like even more introverted. And I feel that's me at the minute.
Okay.
So I don't even feel like doing this right now.
Yeah.
But I will, because that is what defines you, I think, is that you do the things that are necessary and that you keep yourself accountable for even when you don't feel like it. And last night I was just really overwhelmed, and it was difficult to even fall asleep, even though I'd like done a good thing and I'd like not gone on social media all day and not wasted time there, and I was hopefully productive. But when like the reality of certain things like knock at the door all at once, that's kind of what it felt like. And for the first time in I don't even know. I so couldn't fall asleep that I put on like the Headspace app, and I just listened to that, and I was just like, I need to chill the fuck out, because if I don't, I'm just A, not going to get to sleep, and B, probably just going to have a terrible sleep when I do fall asleep.
Headspace is great. I like the guy's voice as well. He's got such a soothing voice.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know what it is, but there's
a few people who I don't think that, what's his name? Andy? Is his name Andy? Maybe
the Headspace guy. You mean?
Yeah, I don't think he actually works with them anymore. I think he took a step out from like 2022, something like that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
But yeah, there's like a whole team of people that are still doing it, which is really fantastic.
Yeah.
And anyway, what was I saying?
You're just not really feeling it at the moment. I mean, with the Instagram thing, I think you're taking a positive step, and I don't know if you're experiencing this, but it's almost like I'm getting a sense of like withdrawal symptoms almost.
There will be withdrawal with that. That's not the thing that's affected me. I think it's outside of that.
Yeah.
I'm happy to go ahead and put some positive boundaries in place for myself.
Sure.
But there's just other things that just life accumulates, and sometimes out of nowhere goes reality check.
Yeah.
Like jab you in with a stick whilst you're in the corner, kind of thing. Anyway, I was like, right, today is done. I'm gonna go asleep, hopefully, and I was like, right, I need to figure out what I'm doing tomorrow to know what I'm getting up for.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a list, and it was just simple things that I would already normally do, but just sometimes writing it down and checking it off feels good, and you feel like you're making some progress, and hopefully that jumpstarts you to the next thing. Yesterday I did my meal prep and everything, so I was like, I know I've got food to eat today.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm going to go to bed early because I have a driving lesson in the morning, which I did this morning.
Awesome.
And I think I did a driving lesson the last episode as well, and likewise then, I didn't kill anybody today.
So my younger brother also is currently doing his driving lessons, as he was doing them last year or maybe the year before in Wales, where he goes to uni, and he's staying with me now with my parents for the foreseeable future. So he decided, why not do some driving lessons and get that sorted out. So,
did he do okay? Did he find it all right?
I think he's all right. Yeah, I think he knows a lot about cars, and he's quite interested in the car world. I'm not like that at all. If it gets me from A to B, I'm happy. I mean, there are a couple of cars that I kind of look at and like, oh yeah, that's cool. Like I went to get sidetracked, I went to a vintage car show the other day. Well, it wasn't specifically vintage car show, but there were
planes, trains,
tractors. There were some old airplanes as well. I think they're called Lancaster planes.
Lancaster bombers.
Yeah, that was awesome. The way they were flying right above our heads, and the noise it made was just insane. So yeah.
It's like the bass you get when you stood next to a big cab at a concert. You like in your chest.
It just rumbles in your entire body.
Yeah,
it's wild, absolutely wild. But yeah, so you've been doing your driving lessons.
I don't hate it as much.
Yeah,
I think because I'm getting more familiar with it, that like I said before, you like things that you're good at, and hopefully I'm getting better at it, more confident, and the responsibility or that control of knowing, what do I do in such case, and I just feel like I'm in control more, and not so worried about or reliant on the tutor. Like today, mostly I just did independent driving for the most of it.
with the tutor just sitting there beside you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
And
where do they make you drive? Do they do like loads of roundabouts, or do you have to go on the highway?
Well,
or what
so
do you
there's
do
a
exactly?
few places that have like different test centres. So they don't have an actual test centre in my town, but they've got some in neighbouring towns. So we would like do a lesson here, a lesson there, and like do different ones, different weeks.
I see. So you kind of get to explore different areas. Then.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I need to book a lesson. Basically, I mean, I have a test booked, but it's in Sheffield, and I'm not doing that.
That's crazy.
That would literally take a whole day to do, because it's like 3 hours to drive to Sheffield from me, probably.
More, I think
maybe more.
4.5, something like that.
Well, there you go. Even more then. So it'll be that plus paying the tutor for all the time to get me there and back. Yeah. And to do a test in a place I don't know, with people with loads of funny accents.
Oi! So, wait, but you said you already booked this. Like, it's happening?
Yeah, I've got a test for the 17th
in Sheffield
of June, so in a month's time, in Sheffield.
Wow!
However, that was the only one that existed in the country from the DVSA. So now you have to go to a third-party site and essentially pay to play. You have to buy yourself in there for a cancellation or something, and I think it works that you can't actually buy one of these cancellations from a third party unless you've already got something booked with the DVLA or whatever the fuck they're called.
God.
So it's a complete ball ache. And I don't know who this person was, but my tutor was saying that another one of her learners ended up actually going on one of these third-party websites and paid £200 for a test, even though they'd already paid the whatever is £62 for the DVSA and done all their theory, all of that. That was that. And then a friend of that same student, she paid £500 because that was the only option to get something close enough.
It's like a scam, basically. It's a legal scam.
Well, it's a loophole scam.
Oh my god!
It's it's technically,
that is it's daylight robbery.
More than it literally is, but it's more than frowned upon.
This is where I'm glad that I did my test in Germany, because it's not like that at all. It's all government regulated and official. And I spent $3,000 on everything. But still, it was all fairly done, and that's just the normal price in Germany. You get high quality instructors as well who really know what they're doing.
But Germany seems a more efficient country in general.
Well, I passed my practical test the first time. I got
there you go.
I wouldn't say I got lucky. I think I'm a good driver, but the theoretical test I failed the first time because I didn't study for it. So I was an idiot. That's
probably why.
Yeah.
It's not that you didn't know, it's that you didn't study.
I was lazy and silly. The face my instructor made when I showed him the exam, I will never forget. It's like, I've never seen anyone do this badly on a theoretical test before.
Oh my! Wow.
Yeah. But the second time I did it, I passed with flying colours. It was fine. So, yeah.
I didn't even make any notes today. That's how unbothered I was about this.
That's fine.
And
we're doing it anyway.
Me writing stuff down and trying to act this whole it's all fucking brilliant. I was like, well, that's not even very authentic, is it?
No.
Because this is the reality, is that you're not going to feel like it all the time.
Yeah.
But that you crack on anyway. Things are temporary. You have to remind yourself that things are temporary.
Yeah.
And keep going, because sometimes that's just what you have to do.
I think regardless of whether we take notes or pay more attention, pay less attention, the whole reasoning behind this is that we take some space, some time out of our day where we could be doing something else, and we just sit down, have a conversation, and be as honest as we can with each other and ourselves especially. And as long as we can make that happen 12 times this year, then I think we're on to a winner. And we can dinner. Yeah, I mean, we can make it all like, like massive, like, oh, you did this last time, and or we can just say, okay, today I'm feeling like this. Sometimes you need to scale your goals down. You need to be like, okay, what do I need to achieve today, tomorrow, this week? Not necessarily this month, because that's quite a big scale to look at. And sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is, okay, what can I do the next 5 minutes that will change my day from my mind being like, oh, everything's terrible, my life is going awful, to, okay, I've worked a little bit on this, I've made my bed, or I listened to a productive thing, like a productive podcast, over watching this video, which is just for the sake of pure like serotonin, basically, if that makes sense. So little dopamine, dopamine, so whatever, little dopamine hits. It is, yeah. No, you're right. I was wrong there, but you know what I mean. Little,
well done, Andrew Huberman.
Little dopamine hits instead of trying to be productive.
Yep.
But yeah. Anyways, basically, it's just trying to make those little changes. If you feel up to it, not that your life should be dictated by how you're feeling at the moment, because that can be a dangerous slope to go down. But I guess it's all about the balance, is what I'm trying to get to.
How are you feeling?
Well, if we're going down the honest path, I'm struggling with anxiety.
Just don't worry about it, mate.
Just don't worry about it. Yeah, anxiety.
Fucking video.
Yeah.
It cracks me up, but a lot of people actually are like that. And just I know it's a bit and everything, but
yeah.
Anyways, seriously.
No, I'm with you. It is, even though we're in 2025, it is still something that we're dealing with. That I obviously know it from a man's perspective. Men's mental health can be horrific, and with anxiety and depression, all that kind of stuff, which I struggle with, and I'm happy to openly admit, because I think that's what starts solving the problem, is when we can honestly talk with each other, which I feel very fortunate to be able to do with you.
Yep, same here.
And I mean, so 2 days ago I struggled a lot with my anxiety and the way my body responds to certain outside factors, and I just had a bit of an attack, and spent the rest of the day just feeling horrific. And then yesterday I was basically trying to recover still, and today I feel sort of normal again. But yeah, I think that it's something that I just have to live with, but at the same time also I've come a long way, like I've told you as well, and like you've also told me, which is nice to hear, because a year ago I probably would have reacted completely differently and would have had a complete meltdown, and just not responded very well. But the fact that I'm basically back to feeling normal without, a couple of bumps here and there, only less than 48 hours after an anxiety attack, is something worth saying and being proud of.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's a quick turnaround.
It is, yeah, because
that's where the serotonin does actually kick in, where you've like gone into this kind of flux state. You've the clutch is down, the brake doesn't fucking work, you can't stop it, you're just in free fall. And to be able to put a parachute out quickly rather than let yourself hit the floor, so to speak, is a real testament to you and the efforts you've put in so far. And there was actually something I listened to not 10-15 minutes before we started recording this, and it was a screen record that I'd done of us, and we had played some games, and you said not only have we played some Fortnite tonight, but you're like, we got this many wins, and there were like 5 really like heart-raising moments, and my heart rate was going, but it wasn't a panic moment. It was a good thing. And you were saying how happy you were with yourself for coming that far, and I don't even know if you knew that I screen recorded that, but it's just got a little progression for you, a little progression for me. And because I was saying, I shared to you the numbers that I'd got during the stream that I'd done.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, look, I got like 7 consistent viewers or something. And now it's basically double that for me.
Yeah, look, I mean, this is something I wanted to talk about today, is your Twitch and the adventure you've had with that so far. So
I didn't mean to make a segue into talk about myself. I was just saying there was to remind you that you are really happy with yourself, and I hope that in the next couple of days you'll look back even on this week and say like, wow, I fucking turned it on a dime.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, and that's very kind of you, and I think also very important to remember in those times where you feel like you're not progressing and you are feeling stuck, but then you can look at these weeks in the past or days or whatever and be like, actually, hold on,
wait a minute,
hold on, wait a minute, I've come
something
a
went
long
right.
way. I've come a long way. And I will keep progressing, and so will you. Let's talk about your Twitch adventures. You've like you said, you've been progressing with that as well. Just talk me through your experience so far. I know we talked about getting a raid and what that felt like, which was very heartwarming to see. And
there's been some, I can't remember, I don't think I talked tons about the raids that had happened to me the time before. I think I might have had like 1, maybe 2. And actually, I think because I watched the episode just before we did this, because I like to, just to refresh, and I think I was talking about making affiliate, which means that you qualify like a certain criteria. And actually, not only did I make affiliate, but I basically almost doubled the criteria I needed for affiliate as well, which is really good. And I've had some very generous people that have like gifted some subs, like a subscription, so they like subscribe to you on a monthly or whatever. So that was really nice and flattering, and I still don't know what to do with people being so kind, but you kind of just like accept it. And like a friend of ours, when he gifted a sub to you from him, like to my channel, I was like, I don't know what to say, I'm so like, and he was like, man, just shut up and play the game. And I was like, okay, thank you.
No, but the beautiful thing about that is that people, they could be spending their money anywhere on anyone's channel, but they specifically choose to donate to you, essentially, or to subscribe to you and give their money to you. But I think that's for a good reason. I think it's because you're entertaining as hell to watch, and you care a lot about your chat and responding to each message and making everyone feel part of the stream. You're not just sitting there and playing your game and sort of nonchalantly reading the comments and everything. You're being active, and I can see it takes a fair bit of effort to concentrate on the game, but then also try and concentrate on what the people are saying and trying to respond to everyone equally and fairly,
and make everyone feel heard, and all of that. Because I mean, I think the reason my community is growing the way it is because I interact with other new people and then cross community like that. And when people see that I'm interactive in their chats, and like I've had it before, and I notice in myself, I'm like, what do I look for? What am I getting out of this when I'm watching whoever? Like maybe something's not entirely interesting that they're playing or doing or saying or whatever, but I've commented a thing and I'm waiting for the acknowledgement of that person to say, oh, I've read your thing. And people will hold on for you to, because that's what I do. I wait for them to, if I say goodnight to somebody but there's like 5 messages ahead of me, I want to know that they've heard that I've said goodnight and that they're saying, "Oh, sleep well."
Yeah.
Just
doesn't take much. It just takes that.
It doesn't take much. And
good night.
And I think making people feel seen and heard, it's one of the best things you can really do, even if it's on an online platform, even if you never meet any of these people in person, even if you don't know the real name.
Yeah.
Because everyone has like a Twitch handle, but I made some really nice new friends there, people who I didn't think, or I didn't know existed. I mean, obviously there's always people out there to make mates with,
sure,
but there's just like a whole world that's opened up.
And I've been on Twitch for a good number of years, like 5-6 years now.
Far more experienced than me.
But you've sent me to some people's channels who I've never seen before, and that's the nice thing as well. There's so many people on that platform that you can spend years and years on it, and you won't get to know everyone. But I mean, you've found some really, really awesome people and sent me their way, and I'm now an avid follower of theirs.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's the beauty of it.
It certainly is. But I would say it's probably the most wholesome platform. Because, and like we said before, you just get this live interaction with someone, even if it is just like text. But you don't just chat with the person who streamed, but it's everyone within the chat. And there's just this community, like we said before, that you don't get on other social medias.
Well, you want to know what it is? It's the real time aspect. It's the fact that they're basically instantly replying to your comment, and it's like you're just hanging out with them. Whereas on other social medias, it might take someone 24 hours to respond to your comment, or like, or heart react to your comment or something, and it's not instant. It's not instant, I guess, gratification, or that hit of dopamine, if you will. But that's very, very much making it sound superficial, which is totally not the case.
No, but I mean, chemicals are at play.
Yeah,
and that's why we stick around. And what I don't understand is how people can just do their stream and not be engaging, because I'm like, if someone has chosen literally to tune in to the Jake show for a couple of hours out of their day, that attention is one of the most valuable resources, and if you can capture that and you can give something to people and they think it's worthwhile enough. Some people spend like 4 hours with me. Like, what the hell?
And they could spend it with anyone else, but they decide to spend it with you.
They could. And like, that's, I think, because people feel, hopefully, valued, that they want to keep coming back, and you get return customers, if you want to call it that way. But it's more than that. It's like return friendships, and because there's plenty of times where we've got friends who we think we're close with, but kind of like you said, even if it's social media or if it's like a person in real life, so to speak, just having someone that can answer you in real time, and they're not, I was too busy doing whatever to answer or message you first. There's just like this instant connection, and I think, for me at least, you get some needs met instantly. And it's like, if I want to have a good morning, I'll go see whoever, and I know there's good vibes there, and that they'll go, how you doing? And I'll say all good, and how you doing, whatever, and then if you're not feeling good, I'll say, let's make so and so feel real good today. Yeah,
exactly. And what I was going to say is, it's so much easier to go on Twitch and hang out with your favorite people on there than have to do that in real life. Like, try and make friends in real life, and try and I'm not entirely sure the point I'm trying to make right now, but I kind of feel like it's just so much easier to have this online community and just be in there, instead of going to, I don't know, like bars or public places like that to try and make friends.
It takes a little effort, but it doesn't have to be I mean, I don't know if you're similar, but I get quite drained by being around lots of people, even if I'm having a good time. Like, I think that is my introverted side.
Well, it's especially strangers. It's having to be in a room full of strangers.
You can get burnt out, and if you're at a gig, maybe that's fine, but it's not like you can really talk to anybody. You can shout across a room, but even in a bar, I mean, it's loud and people are obnoxious and drunk and stupid and whatever. But sometimes you just want to hang out with your friends, and you can still make all your jokes and bits and bobs. But it feels a nice.
But the nice thing about Twitch and Discord is you have more of a choice of who you can hang out with.
Yeah.
So in real life, you're kind of forced to be in that room with people who you maybe don't necessarily like, or you don't get a good vibe from.
Or you just don't align with, maybe.
Yeah. And online, you can be a lot more selective, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
That's up to you to decide. Maybe it's good to hang around with people who you don't agree on things with. I think it's you shouldn't go to the extreme where you only live in an echo chamber. Echo chamber. So same joke as last time. I remember.
Yep, exactly the same.
But yeah, obviously that's all down to you and how you live your life. But yeah, I like a balance there.
Same, but I'm doing less edits. I mean, I do love doing the edits, but I'm so behind on them, really. But I think because I was so focused on the Twitch, other things took a hit. And that's kind of why I'm also frustrated, because I'm like, even though I want to make this Twitch successful, I don't think it's realistically something I can live off of. Because you need to be like doing it as a full-time job and then some.
Well, if you think about it, one of our friends who you've showed me, they've been a partner for I think a year or 2 years now.
A couple of years.
And to get to that point, they've already been streaming for like 3 years, maybe, or 4 years.
Yeah,
something like that. And even as a partner, I don't think you can make a full-time wage.
No.
So that kind of puts everything into perspective. You do need to invest a decent number of years and stream most days of the week for at least 4 hours. So that's a lot of work for not too much in return financially, but community-wise, you can build amazing communities and make loads of friends. So that's what it's mainly about.
It is, and that's what I didn't ever start this to like make money anyway.
Yeah, of course.
I started it to just have fun and just stream the shenanigans, basically.
Yeah.
And anything else is a bonus.
Sure.
But yeah, like I said to you the other day, it feels like the time that I need to just focus on everything else, which I also have been doing, but that's just like so inconsistently any return on investment, I would say, at the moment.
Well, yeah, sadly you've got some priorities in place now that need taken care of.
Yeah.
And everything else, at the end of the day, harshly put, is a bit of a distraction, if you will.
No, it is.
It's a nice distraction, and I think it's important for you to have, so that you can be happy, and you're not just living to work, but you're enjoying your life too. But yeah, there's definitely a priority that you need to be taking care of at the moment, which is that's the harsh reality.
Making money.
Yeah.
Making it rain.
No.
How's your health and fitness and all that?
How's my health and fitness? So I would say, other than mental health, anxiety wise and all that, on a physical side, I feel pretty good. I have this issue in my left shoulder and something, I don't know exactly where it is, whether it's my chest or my shoulder or behind.
Do you think that it's maybe there because you compensated for before you had the up?
I don't know. I think it's muscle or some sort of tissue related problem or tendon related problem. Yeah, very good. I'm not sure exactly, but I need to see a proper sports physio. I think so. That's something I'm going to be doing when I can afford that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I've been progressing with the lifts that I can do despite my shoulders. And yeah, something else I was going to talk to you about today is that we've been working on a bit of a spreadsheet, haven't we, for our nutrition and all that stuff. And I know we've only done a week and a bit, but I think this is something that's nice to have in each other, is that we're able to fill in this spreadsheet and face the harsh reality of our habits. So overall I feel pretty good. I've been going to the gym 3 times a week. I've been mostly tracking my nutrition, and that means calories, protein, and also tracking the sleep, the amount of hours, energy for the day, the steps I've been doing in the day as well. And you've been tracking the same things as me. And so from my side, I've been feeling pretty good about that, but it's still early days. It takes a couple of months to see any changes, any real changes. But I think just like these videos, I'm gonna stay on top of it, and I feel like you are too, despite it maybe not being the easiest thing for you to do.
So my health and fitness and all that sort of stuff, that's something I'm trying to work on. It's been helpful. I really didn't want to do the whole counting calories and all of that, but I at least need to have an idea of what I'm consuming regularly, and where to rein it in on some things, and where I can afford to maybe have a little more of this or that. And one of the best pieces of advice I got for any of this was what you told me, which is to think of food and calories like over a week rather than just on a certain day. I've been trying to be conscious on the daily, obviously, but on a weekly, I've just been trying to level things out. For me, I'm happy to do like a fast every now and then. I usually do like 16 and 8, as in I don't eat for 16 hours and then would eat my meals of in and out 8-hour period. But yeah, I can go longer than that because I've been doing like that intermittent fasting for such a long time. But that never really got me to lose like a whole bunch of weight. I think maybe it just become a new normal. I just don't think I ever really liked having breakfast in the morning. Just like you wake up and you have like a bowl of sugar and milk, basically.
Well, that's the breakfast that is being sold to us. Cereals, all that stuff is not really that good for you. Like you said, it's just full of sugar.
And especially if you've just woken up, I don't want to do that. I don't need that. It's unnecessary. And turns out I would have been overeating anyway. And I can fairly easily overeat on 2 meals a day. And I've done 2 meals a day for the last, 4 years.
Yeah.
5 years maybe. Yeah, probably since 2020. Yeah, probably.
I think it's also, if I'm taking notes from what I've seen in the spreadsheet, is the distribution of what is protein, what is fat, and what is all that. You maybe didn't have the best idea on what you were eating before.
I had no idea. I had no idea.
But I think you've already made a change there. You're already eating more protein.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm like, that needs to be at the forefront. And when you have enough protein, then other things like carbs and fats and whatever, even though you need them still, they're burnt off in a better way. They're not just stored or whatever. So yeah, the protein is absolutely important. And between you and some other research I've done, hopefully I'm on a better track. I'm at least conscious of it, because And there's been some really good videos that I've seen, even if it is just like little Instagram bits and bobs, and they're saying like, you can make a meal real healthy, but it's actually when you're making the meal and you have a little bit of cheese and you have a little bit of whatever and you're just eating little bits while you're cooking, that's the stuff that adds up, and you end up having like another meal's worth of calories just by picking bits up. And I'm 110% guilty of that. Like, I would quite easily eat probably like 100 grams of cheese or something while I'm making a meal. Like, grated cheese is just so easy.
This is where the tracking calories is so important, because you can then have a visual representation of, I've had an extra 200-300 calories of just snacking on cheese, where I needed those extra 200-300 calories as sort of like leeway
for dinner, whatever,
or for in general throughout the day, to be able to have the caloric deficit.
Yes. So, but yeah, I've been doing some caloric deficit. I haven't done it every day, because sometimes, especially if you go out, you're like, well, I'm not just going to eat fucking rabbit food every time I go out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to eat a proper meal and I'm going to enjoy it, and like, I'm paying for the thing anyway.
Yeah.
So, but then, like you said, over the course of a week, try and make that level out. Doing more consistent exercise in between. I can easily go a few days without exercising, because that's just, probably the best part of 25 years of bad habits.
Yeah,
and no one pushing me to do anything else about it.
Sure, yeah, but it's also the type of work you're doing. You're sat at your desk, and it's easy to just get sucked into that, and then it's the end of the day, and you're like, oh well, it's 10 p.m. now. Am I really going to be doing a workout at 10 p.m.?
Yeah, I need to calm my body down before I fall asleep. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, just trying to get that in. And today, I weren't feeling it yesterday, like I said, and I was like, I need to make some provisions for tomorrow. So I was like, right, I'm going to get up, I'm going to do the usual, I'm going to like make my bed, clean my teeth, take any meds I need to take, I'm going to, sweep the fucking floor, I'm going to tidy this up, and I'm going to be ready to go out the door to this lesson. Then when I come home, I'm going to exercise, and then I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to shower. And that's exactly what I did in that order, and I was ready here for you.
Oh, mate.
So I'm like, I've got that done, and I like checked things off this list. I know it's like really like rudimentary or whatever, but
not at all,
that helped me give a little bit of structure to at least to today.
Yeah, and you did that despite feeling like you did at the start of this episode.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're still feeling like that now. I'm feeling myself feel a little bit better than I did at the start.
Yeah, I always feel better talking to you though.
Yeah.
And in general, it's good to talk things out.
Yeah, agreed. But yeah, my point is you stuck to your goals and what you wrote down, your checklist, and you did it despite how you were feeling. Yeah,
I did. But I had to have that as well, because that's when you start getting into the that bad kind of autopilot, and you snack on whatever, and you fucking sit there and you go, oh fuck it, what do I do? I'm just like, oh, that.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah.
And to be fair as well, like, I said, oh, I'm not going to do these Twitch edits because it's taking like a long time to edit things, but I'm like, if I really can't think of something to do that's really constructive, otherwise I'll just do that, because it still helps.
Yeah.
It might not be like the main thing, but it's something.
Yeah. It means you're not sitting there bored, scrolling forever, or doing things that might not help you forward. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I try and think long term as much as possible, but and I think as well. Well, it sounds dramatic. I don't even know if you want to include this, but I think in a way I'm grieving a little bit.
Okay.
For the relationships I wish had been what I'd like them to have been.
Okay.
But weren't, and for those boundaries I had to put in place, I wish I didn't have to have put them in place. I wish it could be like so nice. And so I think you definitely can grieve for something that isn't quite what you need it to be or would like it to have been. But then the grass is always greener on the other side, and you always want what you can't have.
Yeah.
But I think
I'm
that
very familiar with that.
Yeah, I know you are, mate. But I think that probably does all play into the overall feeling at the minute, and whether you consciously recognise it or not. Sometimes your body just does its thing.
Yeah.
But something I will say that is positive is that since I've been doing these like this fitness and tracking and stuff with you, having like that to get up for, and to, you know, it's like that really is keeping me accountable on the daily. And I think I probably do have more energy, even if I feel a bit depressed. I just like, and compared to your side as well, like because we have a column for energy for the day, and like I think my energy for myself has been like at least a constant 7, probably, which is pretty good considering I feel the deck is stacked against me at the minute, and I feel I'm doing a bit of an uphill struggle. So 7's not bad.
7 is really not bad. I've been some days have been 7, some have been 6 for me. And if I'm being honest with myself, some of them probably should have been 5. That's just because I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed at the moment as well. But yeah, I mean, like you said, doing this and being consistent just goes to show that exercising, eating well, sleeping well especially is what fuels the body. And I guess another thing as well is, for me, the more I go to the gym and the more energy I spend, the more my body is capable of making.
It's like more resourceful.
Yeah, exactly. It's more efficient, more resourceful. Yeah,
it's weird, isn't it? And there was a study I'd seen, and they said about, well, you know, the fact that people are still living and that sort of stuff. You think, well, how did people go when it was like, say, caveman times or 10,000 years later, maybe? And you're like, well, maybe you wouldn't eat for a week. But does that mean they're not fast enough or strong enough or whatever to kill their prey? No, of course they were, because you adapt to survive and your body's so intelligent, and you just become more resourceful. And sometimes when, you know, if you're looking at autophagy, I don't know.
G sounds right to me, but
Autophagy.
Autophagy.
Sounds like you're saying toffee G.
Toffee G.
It's like Ali G.
Ali G.
Covered in toffee and caramel.
Nice.
Fucking hell. But when you like go into autophagy, and like these ketones are released, and you realise that you are giving your body a chance to heal up and get rid of the unnecessary things. I think that's also what interests me about fasting. And well, fasting, I think, has a connotation that it only goes along with like the religious things and like Middle Eastern practice and that, but it's not. That's not just the case. It's like plenty of health benefits, and there's plenty of science behind it that say this can work. Obviously, what works for you in particular.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a very personal thing. And some people are like, I need to have 3 meals a day. And I can have 5 hours sleep. Doesn't work for me. I can eat once or twice a day, and I could do 8 to 10 hours sleep.
Yeah, if I did fasting, I think I would rapidly lose weight and muscle. So because of my metabolism, I need to eat a lot of food, and also because of how active I am during the week, it just wouldn't work for me. But I do agree that it's an interesting idea, and it clearly works for a lot of people.
And I'm hoping that will be the case for me, should I stay consistent.
Yeah. Well, obviously we've got later on in the year to maybe review this as well and see, because so normally I would suggest going for about 3 months until you do a proper sit down, proper review of how the scale is looking, how has your consistency been. And I think that maybe that's something we could consider doing here, or just outside of these episodes as well, if you prefer. Yeah, but yeah, sure. That's something I definitely want to do, is just have a bit of a sit down and look at the numbers and see where we're at, and maybe what new goals we will then have from then on.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how much this doesn't have to go in, but I think I said to you I was like 89, 90 kilos something, like in January or whatever. I know it's not like a lot, but I'm very close to 81 at the minute.
Dude, that's already, look at that change. That's 9 kilos.
But I've got the thing here. What is? And yeah, that's been pretty consistent. 81 the first week, 82, back down to 81. But and like obviously you won't see any real change yet, and I definitely won't see anything just yet, because it's like when you see yourself every day, you won't notice the difference, even if you're putting your best foot forward. But yeah, just like, I know it's not good to look at the numbers on everything all the time, but I think having it like that just is something more understandable if you can't see the initial improvement, like physically. If you've got, I guess it kind of gamifies it a little bit.
It's raw data,
Yeah.
And I'm not a very numbery person, or someone who spends a lot of time thinking about that kind of thing, but seeing that raw data and yet, like you said, gamifying it, treating it like a video game almost, where you're like, okay, I can improve these numbers if I do this and this and that, and that just makes the whole experience a lot more enjoyable. So you might as well just do that if it helps you.
I got these new scales as well, and they measure everything else. So they I don't know how they work, but apparently they do. But anyway, it doesn't just do like your weight, it does your BMI, your BMR, your fucking body fat content, water weight, all of that. I really need to have a look how they work, because it's fascinating, and I want to know if it's accurate or not.
I think that it won't be massively accurate. I think that
I don't think so.
There's certain levels, so I think the scales, because you're just standing on there with your bare feet, I'm assuming, is a certain level of accuracy, but it won't be mega sensitive. And then there's a next level where you can find these machines in the gym where you also, as well as being barefoot on the floor part, you're also holding with your hands onto like some like metal or something like that. And then the most sensitive and the best sort of approach would be to get like a professional scan where you're lying down in this like MRI style machine, and it just measures your body fat and all that sort of data.
These do have like metal bits. I'll show you. Look, it's got that.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's me. But yeah, but at least it gives me some numbers to go off of. Yeah, I don't want to like spend my life looking at the scale, obviously.
No.
But I think once I've got into the habit of, finding a better, more consistent new normal, that'll be great. It'd be great to be 75 kilos and stick there.
That's a good goal to have.
And if I'm going to be heavier, it's going to be because it's muscle, not fat and other shit. Because at the minute, I'm pretty sure, even though I haven't eaten any in ages, there's just loads of biscuits and tea. Anyway, so this coming month, what are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to starting the new job, and all the changes that's going to bring on. I'm looking forward to seeing more progression in my weight goals, trying to gain weight and gain muscle especially. I'm a bit anxious about, well, being anxious and how my body is going to respond to the new job, the new environment, and also working my personal business at the same time. Envision the amount of hours I'm going to be doing in total is a little bit frightening, but I mean, it's what I want to do and what I need to be doing to get to where I want to be.
Do you want to talk about that a little with Envision?
Sure, yeah. I mean, there's not a whole load to report since last episode, which, you know, we do our hours, we do 16 to 20 hours a week, and we've been grinding out songs, just trying to write as many as we can and then dedicate to which platform we be sending those out to, whether they're better suited to be showed to like a Netflix or HBO type thing, or whether we want to sell them ourselves, either via our own website or via a third-party website. And yeah, I mean, in general, it's going strong. We're writing music. We're still making social media content. I have recently passed my social media certificate, which I started about 4.5 months ago. So yeah, I took the final exam, which was a bit of a funny situation, as you well know. But yeah, I passed it, and I've got the certificate, which I've now proudly linked on my LinkedIn, which is a platform I actually never use, so what the hell.
Oh, well, that's good then.
Yeah.
Glad you're making good use of it.
Thank you. It's just there to show my badges, you know, my social media badge. But yeah, so I am doing things, I'm progressing constantly, and I'm looking forward to my health journey, the job journey, finally earning some money and saving up to move into my own place, which I've been doing some research into in terms of where I can move and what I can afford. But yeah, I think that's it though from me. I know you've got some things that you're working on at the moment, and I know that today especially you're not really feeling it, but you know, I think there's always a positive twist you can put on things, just no matter how bad how bad a situation may seem. So I think I mean, despite everything, you can still have some things to look forward to.
Sure. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff to look forward to. Yeah. There's just like sometimes it's just like stress of life happens. Yeah. But sometimes happens for you, not just to you. You know, diamonds are made under pressure, mate. Exactly.
Well, and you know, like one thing you've got, if I look at my notes, is you could have a potential space for filming. So you talked to somebody about renting a space.
I did. That went really nice. And she was lovely, and she's got like a proper studio not far from me. So that would be really cool to rent the space if it makes sense to for my time capsule videos or whatever else. But yeah, it's just getting to the point where it even warrants me hiring a space.
Yeah.
So I think it's just that like a lot of things are up in the air at the minute, and I don't mean this because I'm like fucking mafioso, but you need to tie up some loose ends. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's what I'm just working on. And the next couple of days, I'm like, I could go all in and start looking for another job and doing whatever else.
Sure.
But I think I just need to get ducks in a row for now.
Okay.
Get some structure. Fucking tidy up a bit more. I mean, it's tidy enough, but tidy up a bit more, because cluttered environment makes me feel a bit clutter-minded.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Digital clutter as well. You know, all of us have 20,000 pictures on our phones or whatever it is.
Yeah, and that's what I'm working on, because I just got a new SSD, which is
you did.
very nice.
You just installed it. You did very well with that installation, by the way.
I'm quite happy with myself because I'm not used to opening up computers and doing all that stuff, but I used a little bit of guidance from my brother who, he builds PCs for fun, and I used a bit of the old YouTube and then a little bit of ChatGPT to know exactly what I'm doing. So I think that was quite cool. And slowly but surely transferring files into places where they make sense. And it's a bit of a disorganized mess, but I'll get there eventually.
Yes, organized chaos.
Yeah, well, not even.
But so I have no idea what I'm going to tell you next month. Hopefully something good. Hopefully my hard work will pay off. But I think sometimes it's easy to get carried away with how it looks on the outside to everybody else, or how you think you should be doing, or you're a certain age, so something should be done by that time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is that actually going to matter at all in the grand scheme of things? Probably not. Yeah, there's other things that are more like none of these things on my bucket list say make X amount of money to be happy or to whatever. They help.
Yeah.
I will figure it out.
It's just a part of life, making money. It's not the thing you're going to be looking
vehicle.
At. Yeah,
it's the vehicle.
It's something that we need to do to be able to do what we want to do.
Yes.
And that's just the reality of life, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But
hopefully we'll both be feeling a bit more like it the next time, and you'll be a bit more settled. I'll be a bit more settled. You will have started your job by then.
I suspect I will be fairly tired because it's going to be a new routine, new environments, which I'm not the best at dealing with, but it's just something I'm going to have to get used to.
But you're going to be bringing home the chimichangas. So.
Yeah, I'm going to be making some money. I'm going to be financially independent, which is one of the biggest goals I've been trying to chase, not just this year or last year, but the past 4 or 5 years. And I've just been hit with a lot of unfortunate circumstances, working for companies that, as a freelancer especially, working for companies who weren't the most reliable in terms of payment, and then working for a company afterwards which was like a 0 hours contract. So just
you're always like trying to catch up on that kind of,
and then you spend that on rent, and then you
they put you into more than monetary but like emotional debt as well. It's like I have to dig myself out of this hole now, because like it's not easy to deal with all the time, but we do. Anyway, hopefully we'll be in better spots next month. We'll keep on trucking.
I'm sure.
But thank you everybody for tuning in and for spending some time with us.
Yes.
And we shall see you in about a month's time for the next episode of the Accountability Sessions.
Thank you everyone, and thank you, Jake.